first time that I'm actually doing a podcast. I wish you the very best. You have a very great setup here,
Yeah, thank you very much.
and it's a great thing. So, real estate, as I could say right now, it's quite a unprecedented time because we've never lived through a pandemic.
Yeah,
Um, it's ironic that we are the only industry that has come out very positive out of this whole entire matter, but I wouldn't be very proud to say because it's not the best time for many other industries.
yeah, that's right.
But right now we are the market is very active, and it's just because the consumer behavior always reflects the
Yeah,
in an industry,
yeah,
and on top of that, money is cheap.
yeah,
So when money is cheap, people in Vancouver are far off to be able to say that, you know what, we will pay off our mortgages. Who cares about that? It's just
yeah,
about as low as monthly payment can be.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so market is very hot. It's hot because it's the first time where commercial real estate and residential are marrying together.
Oh, nice, nice.
And what I mean by that is now you have this movement of work from home and live at home.
Yeah,
Some people are going crazy at it,
yeah,
but employers, because of safety, social distancing, and I really hope to see the end of this and
yeah.
everybody can be normal. But
Normal
right
again, yeah.
now, it's quite a active market, especially for a
Yeah,
single.
yeah. Plus, we have to adapt to the situation that we're currently in as well, right? So,
The beauty about human being is like they're not a tree.
yeah, yeah.
They have to adapt.
You have to adapt, yeah.
You have to change and adapt. So
Yeah,
yes,
every day is a new day, so you have to like grow as you go, right? So, as a profession in your career, like yeah, every day it's different news, and you get to meet like a lot of new people, right? And their backstory, their situation, and uh, but yeah, how did you even get into real estate or becoming a realtor itself?
ah, you know what? If I were to if I were to look back and say that while I was planning my career in Canada and so on, if somebody would have came to me and said, you know what, would you like to become a real estate agent or realtor, the word, I would be like, are you crazy? And truth of the matter is people like each other, but realtors as a word name is not so much been is people's favorite.
Yeah, yeah,
And we all know the challenges, we all know the stereotype of the position.
yeah,
So it's actually an interesting story because I wasn't planning. It was actually my customers that pulled me into or directed me to.
were you doing something else before as a realtor?
Yes, so my quick summary of that is so I graduated in business and entrepreneurship
Oh, nice, nice,
from two institution, amazing institutions. So number one was BCIT
nice, nice.
back in 2008. And because I was new, I mean, we came to Canada with my family in 2003, and everything is new. So I really had not a lot of time because, I mean, one step behind because we were
Yeah,
financially, yes, we were in India, of course, many of
yeah,
our
many
community Afghans are,
Afghans, yeah,
you know, if you have to save your life, you're either in India, Pakistan, Iran, or some in Russia.
yeah, most of the neighboring countries, yeah, that's right.
Yes. So we came here, and I had 2 years to expedite through the high school system. Then I didn't really know what I wanted to study, but business always fascinated me
Yeah,
because I was always wondering how the economics of a business works. Why
yeah,
is
yeah,
one business profitable than the other?
yeah, the
So
other,
then I graduated entrepreneurship at BCIT. Then I went to Royal Roads on the island, got my degree in business. It wasn't something too different than what I already learned in business.
yeah,
And then I was fascinated by wealth management.
yeah,
So you're an accountant, so I used to
yeah,
always be fascinated by
the
numbers and
numbers, yeah,
managing people's money, like the Bay Street, Wall Street kind of a thing, or even go and live in Dubai and kind of work with a wealthy
the wealth,
individual. And then bam, 2008, the financial crisis hit,
yeah,
and there was no jobs. So I actually went to a rental car company. I worked there for a year, enterprise rental car, great experience.
Yeah.
You know, some of the employments we do in life is always great, but it also is a message on how much you want to work hard and pursue what you like.
Yeah.
Never hate the job which you're at it, because every job is always a great learning.
What was your position at Enterprise?
Enterprise rental car, I was just like a front person, right? Picking up customers from dealerships,
Oh, I see, see, see.
and on the tasks where you tell yourself like, you know what, I have to work hard because I can't do this,
Yeah.
is when you're cleaning cars, you're washing cars, you're in like
Maintenance.
the -5, -6 when cars come in, and you know there's like all these snow on like the parking lot,
Yeah.
slushy,
Yeah.
and you have to clean that car. It's not fun when your
Yeah.
like fingers are like so cold. So that I did that. It was an amazing experience. It's sales, like you know, everything is to do with people. And then finally, I actually was recommended that there is no positions in like the asset management world. So
Yeah.
I went into the bank as
Oh,
the
nice.
entry level, right? So learned banking. I had no clue how banking worked. Honestly, I had no clue because I was such a physical person. What I mean is like sales to me was like you have to sell something to get the profit.
Yeah.
But I worked when I went to the bank. I recall this and I said, "How do you guys make money? Like you're just opening accounts and saving people's money."
Yeah.
And fast forward 2.5, 3 years later, within the position of I started with a major bank as a account manager,
Nice,
financial
nice.
service. It was a great experience. Again, from every position we all go, it's a great learning. I learned money management.
Nice, nice.
I learned people's personality. I learned that there's never enough money to make people happy, because
Yeah.
I had people that would make 40,000 would still want more. And then I had people that would make like, you know, six income figure and still there was nothing in their account
Yeah.
and they still needed more. And then I had some amazing people too that were really good with money, you know, earning 45 to 60,000, and they did amazing because it was
Yeah.
with discipline. So it reflected on my own personality on how to be good with money and what not to do. And then I enjoyed doing a lot of real estate lending. So I went to mortgage specialist role.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was right there that I used to be doing the mortgages. I enjoyed doing real estate lending so much. It was always so that the role that I was actually aiming to get out of university to help people with managing money.
Yeah.
Going into banking is where you think sometimes in life that this is what I like, because you see these pictures in your mind.
Yeah. That's right.
But then as soon as you become real, you're like, no way, this is not something. So I didn't like asking for people for money. The
Yeah.
investment is all about you have to ask for money.
Yeah.
But what I enjoyed giving money, because lending, real estate lending was actually a great experience. But I used to still help people financially. I always love to help people become more better with their finances. So I used to do a lot of these combination of real estate equity and helping people consolidate loans,
Yeah.
in advising them like don't overspend, like don't spend on things that you can never make money back, you know, clothing, vacation. Some would never change.
Yeah.
I would help them out. The year later they would be back to square one
Square
because
one.
they're
Yeah.
emotional about money.
Yeah.
So a lot of great learning. And then I used to do real estate lending, and so I used to do the real estate agent's job.
Oh, nice.
Well, educating people. I would be like, you know, this is how it works. So your real estate agent would do, and my customers would be, of course, so thankful. Did amazing in the real estate lending at the bank. And it was actually my customers that said, you know, Said, I wish you could come out and help us out with the real estate too. And there was something always in me that I could not sit still doing something
Yeah.
same. It's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because you always strive for becoming better.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's like the DNA of an entrepreneurship person, because you never settle. Even though I was like, relatively speaking,
Yeah. Because every day you're more hungry, right?
yes,
You know,
yes,
you always want to be better than yesterday.
yes. So
And
you just have to make sure like there's something about it that you say, you know what, money is not always the ultimate happiness, but
yeah.
it's like independence and so on. So I heard about it. I was like, you know what? If I could do real estate, and of course I was limited with a big corporation, what
Yeah.
ads you can put, what can you say and cannot say. And then that's how it became. I would say an opportunity came in the form of a challenge.
Yeah.
I would say that expedited that transition. So then I transitioned in real estate in 2016,
Mm-hmm.
and never looked back into that challenge as a bad sign, I would say. So right now, I would say with parents' blessing, everybody's blessing, it's been an amazing year. Yeah, have a small team that customer still loves us. They
That's
trust
good.
us.
So if
So
somebody out there that wants to become like a realtor or you know real estate agent, is there a difference between, I was gonna ask, realtor or real estate agent?
I don't use the word realtor
Yeah.
just because it's so, although respectfully, let's say it's one of our industry's copyrighted registered words.
Oh, I see. I see.
No, they're the same.
They're the same,
Real
right?
estate broker, real estate agent, realtor. Lots of acronyms for it.
Yeah. 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 Anyways, I was gonna ask, like, if somebody wants to, put foot in that industry, what do they have to do? Like, like the step one, step two, and that inner motivation as well that
Mhm.
comes besides the studying and passing the exam and license.
Yeah, of course. To become a real estate agent, it's not rocket science. It's to staying as a real estate agent is the most important thing.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you that there is a like it's real estate is not a real estate becoming a real estate and working as a real estate agent is not a sort of a traditional career path.
Yeah. Yeah.
There are, for example, BCIT offers this 2-year real estate program,
Yeah.
right? You know you want to be. Majority of the real estate agents, their reason to become is all different.
Mm-hmm.
You have people in their mid 50s and mid 40s
Yeah.
coming in into this business because they have raised their kids, they have had enough life savings, they've worked in the corporate world,
Yeah.
and it's so many ways. Like it's not most people. There's no. I don't know if you have ever seen a real estate hiring career boot.
No, no, I haven't. It's
They don't exist.
Yeah. I don't
It's
know. Even if you see one, I think it's probably some sort of scam.
so it's not so. You becoming a real estate agent has so many reasons. Many come for its commissions and the money.
The freedom and independence as well, right?
Different.
Oh, it's different.
Like
Okay.
if people come for those reasons, is a great motivation.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you really at the core of real estate is you have to enjoy working in a high pressure, go kind of a
Environment.
environment,
Yeah.
and you are your own CEO, you are your own CFO, you're your own HR, you're your own marketing agency.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're all in one until you become to a point where you can start to outsource this. But at the core of this career, you have to be good with people.
Mm.
You have to be good with people's different personalities,
Yeah.
and you have to just always look at to helping them.
Yeah. That's right.
If you enjoy helping people in a high pressure, and
Yeah.
I use the word high pressure because only if you, in case you strive to become successful,
Yeah. Yeah.
you can replace some people, with all the respect, nothing like can do it part-time. I don't encourage.
Yeah.
But if somebody starts early, I always have a respect for young people that they come in the business very early on and stay on, and their energy, they bring a new perspective. And then there are also people that come with a great amount of experience. So
Yeah.
it's a great industry. I highly encourage people that if they want to join, you know, do what you have to enjoy it. You
Yeah.
have to enjoy the process.
Yeah. I guess you have to be more outgoing and people person. If you're, especially if you're sitting down with a client that's want to buy a house, you have to see. I don't know what your strategy is when a client sits down and they say, "This is my budget and this is the house what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a condo or a detached home." Like, how would you even?
We listen beyond our clients' surface talk.
Yeah.
So they will say we need a single family house and we need it with a basement rental. To us, when they say we need a single family home, it means that they're looking to grow their family.
From.
A father and a mother who has one child is looking to raise their second child.
Yeah.
They're looking for space, if this would be an Afghan client, to
Yeah.
have a proud moment, to have mehmonis,
Yeah.
right? They have their in-laws coming
Yeah.
in, and you know, the in-law has to make sure that they've given their daughter into a right person that
Yeah.
can show off that they your daughter is in good hand, kind of
Yeah,
thing.
that's right. Yeah.
So you have to listen beyond that, and then you know, we particularly focus on meeting the personal, but at the same time, we always the same thing that I had back in the banking days, to ensure people advance financially.
Mm-hmm.
Real estate in Vancouver is not just a home.
Yeah.
You talk from anybody from your barber to your any individual that you come across, they all know real estate.
Yeah, they all.
Yeah, they all have predictions.
Yeah.
They all know that they're expert.
That's right. Yeah, that was gonna be my next question, but yeah, go ahead.
So we just listen. We listen because any individual can deliver the real estate process, like
Yeah.
go take them, open the door, show them, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But does it meet what their short-term, long-term life goals?
Yeah.
Right? This is not a very, like I would say, as they say, it's like your life's most biggest purchases you
Yeah.
do. There's no cliche about it. It
Yeah.
is. Some take it lightly just because the frequency is so high in Vancouver. We take it always seriously. It's like as if it's our first client. So we just listen to them further and ensure that it.
Yeah, depending on their criteria.
Yeah. There are people that are, on average, a person changes properties 4 to 5 times if they started at the right time of their life.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So say, for example, I'll use yourself, your family.
I have family. Yeah, we bought a house actually just that same year that the crash happened in 08.
08.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where the mortgage rates were high, but the home prices were very, very low.
Yes, there you go. So you made a very good choice, and I'm sure you look back and you're saying it was a good time,
Yeah, it was good.
regardless in the long term. But single person buys a 1-bedroom condo, that's their time, depending on what culture you are, is to be booted out of home.
Yeah.
Go live your own life. It's not in our culture.
Yeah.
Our culture drags you to as long as they
As
can.
long as they can, yeah.
Then that family will either start to be with someone, or they start to have thinking of their family, so they upgrade from a 1-bedroom condo to a 2-bedroom or like a townhome.
Yeah.
That's your second move. You raise your kids and start to build equity for 10 years, and you will start to move into a single family home.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe one more transition to another single family home when they raise their kids and they like the big house, the big yard, and I don't know, one day single family homes. The way Vancouver is going, we might see a single family houses in museum one day. They will be like, back in the time, this is because it's so expensive relatively. And then what, they downsize, they go back to a condo, an apartment. They've raised their kids are all gone out.
Yeah.
They don't want to vacuum the home, it's too much to clean, and
Wash
then
dishes.
they downsize. So
Yeah.
typically it's 4 to 5 times that they change, unless they get divorced, or God forbid some life event happens where turn up of life changes their course of action, or they win a lotto.
Yeah.
They can go buy like a waterfront mansion. So each one of them are different, and we need to know who are we dealing with.
Yeah. What about like as an investor wise, like coming from an investor, what would be the best property to buy? Is it condos? Is it a detached home or a single family house? Like if somebody wants to use it as an investment.
Yeah. Yes. Well, anything you hold in Vancouver is an investment, real estate wise. You just have to know first what type of an investor you are. It's not just anything that you can say. But when I talk to investors, I tell investors, that real estate in Vancouver is not exotic investment. Like
Yeah.
you can't be too high about the fact that, oh my God, it's gonna make you
Millions. Yeah.
millions. It's a boring investment.
Yeah.
There's nothing fascination about like a stock market. Every morning you woke up and you say, where did the
The
stock
numbers
market
have
is
changed.
going
Yeah.
or anything like that,
Yeah.
right? So you come with a discipline. Real estate is, in my opinion, a safe investment.
Yeah.
People rely on it. Like we have different type of investor. At entry level investors are like somebody that just wants to buy something, rent it out.
Rent it out. Yeah.
Great way.
Yeah.
You know, you learn how to manage tenant. You coming from a banking or sorry accounting, you know your revenue and expenses.
Expenses. Yeah.
You learn how to deduct against your income, right? You get to level up a bit of your stress with tenants,
Yeah.
their demands, and that's the entry level. Then one step higher complex is then you buy your second, third investment properties because you learn on the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing, discipline. So we tell people to at least be disciplined for 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
Right? You can't buy something. I mean, market always changes. Like this market was unprecedented.
Yeah.
Back in 2016 and 17 was unprecedented.
Yeah. That's right.
So then you become then the complex one where you start to then buy something low, dirty,
Yeah.
and then flip where you make it beautiful. You know, someone's trash is someone else's cash kind of thing.
Yeah. Treasure. Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say the home is a trash, but like they can they can get some trashy properties and then make it into something
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of properties that's been abandoned. Yeah, trashy as you say, and yeah, people, investors, they flip it.
Yep.
It turns into a beautiful property.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
at the end, it's an investment for them, right?
It is.
You know, people always have to know, like if you buy a home, look, whatever it is, you know, at the end of the day, it's an asset, right?
It is. Absolutely.
That's probably the basics of like, you know, the accounting and the financial industry.
Yes.
You know, it's not a liability. So some people ask, like, when is a good time to buy a house or a property? Like, what would you say to those type of people?
That's always our number one question.
Yeah.
To some, I always say, if I knew the crystal ball, I wouldn't be sitting with that person.
Yeah, I get the same question, like, when I do stocks and stuff. People ask me when is a good time to buy. I said, you know, you can never time the market. Like,
Yes.
You have to have a proper strategy, and if it works for you, stick to it.
Absolutely. We're all different. We're all, every one of us are different. We like to, we learn. So learning from successful people.
Yeah.
And successful people, I wouldn't ask people to say, share their successes. If you meet a successful person, you always say, what were your failures like?
Yeah, yeah.
And what mistakes you made? Because success without failures, frustrations, stressful moments, it never been attained.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
At least unless if somebody has given them on the silver platter.
Yeah, yeah.
But majority didn't. So real estate investment is the same thing. But somebody asking us as to when is the best time to buy,
Oh, yeah.
we give them an educated fact.
Mm-hmm.
We don't go in timing forecast because it's opinion.
Yeah,
An
that's
opinion
right,
are
yeah.
as good as your assumptions.
Yeah.
I remember this great tip when I was a mortgage specialist from National Bank's economist,
Mm-hmm.
who was awarded the second best economist for his prediction, but his prediction was at 66 point something percent. But they got an award for being the top economist. And his interview around real estate was same thing as you say. What do you tell people when is a good time to buy?
Oh, yeah.
If you can afford the monthly payments,
Mm-hmm.
and $100-200 increase is not gonna make you wake up in the night and you lose your sleep over it,
Yeah.
then you're ready to buy.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you guarantee people's jobs, employment? Not really.
Not really.
Like look at this pandemic, how many
Yeah.
people could have been secured hospitality and tourism?
Yeah, that's out the window almost. Yeah.
I have friends that are like, they used to be travel agents, and one of them is becoming a real estate agent.
Oh, wow.
So you can count always on your employment, the security, but as long as you know you're secure
Mm-hmm.
and your monthly payment is there, you're ready. I don't know. There's always ways people that that can get themselves out of the decision to buy.
Yeah, yeah.
And there are always ways for people who know, take the uncertainty in their mind, make the step, and they look back and they're like, you know what, it was a great decision.
Yeah.
People who regret, or I would say, let me not say regret, in the last 4 years plus of my banking, people who don't take actions
Yeah.
are the ones that are always going to say it's not the right
Yeah,
time.
it's not the right thing. Yeah, that's right.
As somebody who has few real estate properties, they're like in la la land. They're like, oh man, it's amazing.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, if you're sitting on the sidelines and just watching, of course you're gonna like bring thoughts to your head. Is it the right time to buy? Is it no? You always have that second doubt in your head, and that's what kills people. Like you know. For me, like when somebody asks me, is it the right time to buy? Like in the stock market, I said every day is the right time to buy. If you have the capital, you have the money. If you have done the research,
Of
it's
course.
the right time. Don't like chase, you know, the hype and stuff so much too. Just stick to a strategy. If it works for you, stick to it. Yeah, like maybe even do your own research a lot.
So what do you invest?
Bunch of stuff actually. Uh, I put because when I first started in the stock market was what a few years ago, 5 6 years ago. I had some money sitting in the savings account. It's like I I, I thought myself like why leave so much money in the saving account that's not even doing anything. It's probably getting like 0.5% of return back from the bank, which so I was reading this book and they said let money work for you. So I was like I was slowly getting interested in the stock market, in the financial world, and I put money on like index funds
Good.
that pays dividends.
It's good, good, good.
I believe that's if anybody wants to like start investing in the market, I feel like index funds probably
It's a good one.
the good one
Yeah.
because low risk as a beginner, but you get dividends. There's long term wise, your wealth grows. But if you're buying like single stocks, then you will have the risk. So don't think you're gonna be a millionaire overnight.
What? With the GameStop recently?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like the GameStop one. That's a good example actually.
It's phenomenal to what it is. You just have to always make sure like you if you're not if you're not whether it's buying real estate, personal investment, buying stocks, buying anything,
Yeah, yeah,
people always look for avenues to make themselves financially advanced in life.
yeah.
Always the one thing that I look back since the day I've came to Canada, the one good thing about a country like Canada or Western world like we are blessed to be living,
Yeah, that's right.
people are willing to help you and share with you
Mm.
their successes, their failures, more than most people might think that people don't.
Yeah, yeah.
You ask, you just always have to know who to go and ask.
Mm.
Never go ask relationship advice from someone who's been divorced multiple times. They may tell you why not to do it. So, if you're to be interested in stock investing, my God, there's like so much readings out there
Yeah, so
for
much.
people.
Now that
Free.
yeah. Plus now we're living in like most advanced technology era. You can just Google it, everything,
Yep,
right?
exactly.
You got YouTube to learn visually. So many free resources out there. Uh, if somebody, if you come across like an analyst or a guru or some type, don't always take their word. Sometimes they
Guru.
can,
I like the word guru. It's been so.
sometimes they can manipulate, you to like, buying stock that at the end is probably the worst investment you have done. So I feel like you gotta do your own research. If it's right for you, go and do it.
Yes,
But
agree. Absolutely, absolutely.
uh, but yeah, moving to the real estate again. uh, I was gonna ask like, what's the most like challenging thing, as being a real estate agent? Is it finding clients, or is it you know you know, what's it called, putting the pen in the paper and doing a deal and stuff? What is it?
Right now, for me, uh, the challenge is to have the best use of the time.
Yeah,
It's all depends on what stages. We're not, I don't know what to say. We're not short of clients.
yeah,
We know based on what we offer, how people see us,
yeah,
based on our success footprints on online. You know, we take very big pride on our Google reviews. So we're not so the challenge right now is of me to ensure my team is getting the best resources. The team will grow. We will expand. When you do something good, you want to do the good to the greater number
yeah,
of
the
people.
yeah,
But it's how you expand that good,
yeah,
right? We know we have done businesses where we call them like rescuing them from the bad agents.
yeah,
And then I look at that and I say, okay, well, how can I do more of this? And I can't be all the time everywhere and so where. So, but it's a good challenge. I mean, if you were to ask me to say, what's your challenge? My challenge isn't to say I'm running out of business or people are hating me or
yeah,
people are dodging me and so on. It's a good challenge because we're now saying how efficiently with all the learnings, failures, successes, you know, all the micro ups and downs in our daily business,
yeah,
the greater part is how are we expanding? And then you expand and then you take responsibility. You know, somebody comes and joins the team, they rely on you for their growth.
yeah, that's right.
They rely on you. I mean, my first year when I became in a leadership position and a boss position, coming from a solo background was quite challenging.
Yeah, yeah.
But you learn. You say, you know what, I'll learn. So that's my current challenge, I would say, that I'm working on. But other than that, everything else looks good.
So, did you build a team? Are you, how many of you are in the team right now?
We're a small team right now. We're a team of 3 people, including myself. We vision ourselves to be depending how good of a person I will be,
Yeah,
you know, how much they like to grow the team. So we have one salesperson, Yusuf, and then I have a full-time admin to look after the admin stuff. I love just meeting the people
yeah.
and be at the front, so on. So it's a mini team, and we look forward to kind of grow it this year, the following year, and so on.
The other stuff you guys outsource it, like marketing and.
Yes, we just hired a full marketing team, which we gradually are doing. It's actually a great fellow from our own community. So
Is it the guy just across the digital egg?
yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's close by
There
as
you
well.
go. Yes. So in any business, once you get to that stage where where solutions can be done by writing check,
Yeah, yeah.
that's how it works for. Yes.
No, it's good to know your experience, where you come from, so people out there can learn as well.
Of course.
Because I was one of them as well. Like I was always wanted to get into real estate, get my license, and start selling home and commercial buildings. But it's never too late, you know.
Never too late, as we Afghans say.
Yeah,
Fish is always fresh when you grab it from water.
yeah. Especially that we live in Canada, there's so much opportunity. You gotta be an opportunist. Every day, you gotta push yourself. You have a goal in mind. You want to be something. Yeah, wake up next day, make a goal, and fall through it, right?
Of course. Absolutely.
Yeah. But how do you stay motivated? Like
Oh my.
sometimes because I see your IG stories is probably one of the best
Thank
content that
you.
like. Actually, there's one thing that the 5 a.m. thing you guys are doing.
Yes, the
Um,
5 a.m. workout.
Workout.
Yes.
What was the last weekend? I was like, let me do the same thing. Like, let me wake up at 4:30, 4 a.m. and hit the gym. I feel like it's probably the best time to probably hit the gym.
Yeah, of
Like,
course.
I had the most energy because I always like to work out right after work, and it doesn't feel the same, you know, like because you're all drained after the 8 hour shift.
Yes.
Your mind is somewhere else, your body is here, so you're not really working out that 100%. But when I did the 5 a.m. challenge, like it was probably the best experience.
All good for you. Most people don't make the leap of faith like that and straight up wake up
Yeah,
5 a.m.
because it's for a lot of people, I'm sure it's like so hard. Like they wake up at, if they want to do the 5 a.m. challenge, they probably wake up, they probably hit their phone alarm back to snooze and go
Yeah.
back to sleep.
It's a very tough battle
Yeah, it's
between
a
the
tough
warm
battle.
bed and a blanket
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
for you to get up.
Not gonna lie, I've done it so many times. Like, you know, whether
Yes.
it's 5 a.m. or 7 a.m. or whatever.
Yeah. That's amazing. Well, I'll applaud for you to do it once. Um, I live, or the best I could do is many people have goals. I
Yeah,
live life by certain values that are important because values are like the foundation that helps you out to set your goals.
yeah,
And one of my number one value is health. And I could say that from our community's background where we have come from, we've gone through, we all have a lot of challenges,
yeah. So much struggles. Yeah, yeah.
struggles, challenges. And I'm very proud of that because if you made it to Canada and if you made it to a capitalistic country where I'm by far like respectful capitalist compared to our Uncle Sam in the United States, right? It's a
Yeah,
different feeling.
different feeling. Yeah,
We have enough reasons to become successful. If you notice today, everybody likes to share their rag to riches story.
yeah, yeah, that's right.
Afghans by nature, most of them have rags to begin with because they've come from challenging struggles and everything. But the process to get to the riches is given to you because you're now in a country here. But this also comes with a lot of stress on your mind and on your body.
Yeah, that's right.
So I always say, no good health, nothing matters.
Mhm.
Because what are you gonna do with the wealth if your
Yeah,
health is
if you're
not
healthy,
good?
yeah.
So, and on top of that, I used to be a chubby kid too. In Afghanistan or among our family, I could very confidently say, right, that the nutrition information is not there for them, like
Our food.
carbs,
Yeah,
sugar, balance, all that stuff. I had to learn here, you know. So I from a very early age, I was blessed to have some people that helped me, become more health conscious.
hmm
And then it's not about just like I could respect for people to be having a very lean bodies and like you were bodybuilding champions
yeah,
or like you're showing up a lot of like physicality.
yeah, yeah,
To me, health is more mental,
yeah. Mental, yeah.
and body and mind are interconnected. So that morning that I wake up, it took me some time, uh, and it actually hit in daylight saving this year because I was like, I was going up every morning at 6:30,
Yeah,
especially with the pandemic happened that the gyms are like scheduled.
yeah. Scheduled, yeah.
So I used to wake up at 5 to attend the 6:30 slot.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the daylight saving happened, and then all of a sudden I started waking up at 4 a.m. Right? That was body normally.
Yeah, but
And then I kept it because it's so amazing. Also age dependent, I shall say. Once you hit the 30 plus, man, you want to sleep and wake up early.
yeah,
If you're in your mid 20s, it's the opposite. You could care less. You wake up 10 o'clock, life is good, different. But health is one of my number one values, and I take it to a new levels because if I'm happy, my family is happy.
hmm
If I look physically well after myself, I'm able to show and reflect that on my clients, my team.
yeah,
It's not always 100% fun and dandy.
yeah,
When
yeah,
you said how do I stay motivated, I start my day, say my morning prayers, what I'm grateful for,
yeah,
and then after that, it's everybody's task to keep themselves motivated. In our field, like some days, man, oh, I can tell you, like I lose sleep, I stress out a lot of things. Some
yeah.
things happens by fault. I mean, right now I'm actually going through something that we could have kind of like detected, but it's slipped off our mind, and it's like a client impact, so we have to
I
make
see.
it right.
Yeah,
And those things you can't control.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, but health is, I always encourage in people to keep themselves health you good,
Mm-hmm.
but be worthy of something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't be healthy and be useless.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, what would you do with a good health and not use it
Not
to the
use it.
benefit?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, yeah. So that as long as my health is good and my parents are, they're with me, they're
right.
with me, meaning like they don't live with me. We are different in our stuff. So, but then everything else just goes well. Yeah,
So
yeah.
you guys live separately?
Yes.
Parents and just
Oh,
are you
of
by
course.
yourself or are you
My
married?
dad and I can only take maybe 2-3 hours off each other per week, and that's it.
Or,
We have different mindsets.
oh, okay.
Yes, but they're not too far. Yes.
Are you married yet or just living alone right now?
For now, no responsibility.
So that's good.
Yeah. Is that good?
I mean, I don't know. Marriage nowadays can be a curse and a blessing, man.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
it's-
Absolutely.
Especially what the generation we live in. It's not easy to get married, uh, live a happy life. That's what people think when you're young. That's what the myth is, right? You get married, you live happily and after, and that's it. You're done.
No.
Next, but that's not the case.
No. No. Yes. It's not my field of expertise to say from someone, as I said.
Yeah,
It's,
same here. Yeah. But yeah, any last thing you wanna say? Anything?
Why? I hope it's not our last. I wish you the very best on what you got going here.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah.
You know, so
Thank you for coming in. I know
No
you're
problem.
probably busy with your busy schedule and stuff. And
everybody's busy, but there's not always too busy to not do the things that's needed. I always encourage among our
Afghan
community and generally speaking, I mean, I'm a very sort of like a liberal mindset when it comes to like separation differences. What I mean is like when we refer Afghan community, I mean like a group of individuals with some common values that can definitely do a lot more, you know, among ourselves, encourage each other's talent, encourage each other's strengths.
Yeah, that's right.
So I wish you the very best. I hope that in future we meet again and
Yeah, for sure.
and see
sure,
your
yeah.
podcast to be a very successful
Yeah,
one there.
yeah, definitely. That's the goal.
You may have Joe Rogan come and speak at your podcast one day.
Joe Rogan or Elon Musk, someone like
Yes.
that. But yeah, I just started a month ago, so yeah.
Good luck. Thank you so much, Abdul Jan.
Thank you very much. Hey, if somebody wants to like, you know, contact you, like how would
Show up at gym at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, that's probably the best way if you wanna.
No, but anybody they can connect me with Instagram. My information. I'm an open book. If
Do you
you
have a separate Instagram for like?
no,
for
it's
your
the same
realtor,
thing. My
same
personal real estate, everything is the same right now. Just having a real estate page will become boring
Yeah,
because
that's
it's just
right,
like dry and sort of stuff homes.
Yeah,
But
nobody wants to look at it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
but no, if anybody needs to reach out for business, personal, happy to connect. Always life's greatest. I mean, we don't travel anymore, but like life's greatest aspect is meeting people.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Because
right.
meeting good people with the right mindset, they bring in new stories. So
Yeah,
absolutely. So on Instagram and text message, anything is good.
yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
for the
Thank you.
podcast. Thank you for coming. Good session.
Same as well. Same as well. Thank you very much.
Yeah.